All right, everyone. Very good morning, very good evening. Let's see. I'm going to quickly demonstrate on this particular video here. Many people often ask me, like, they will rather get confused how I can restore my database from the file system to my ASM storage. And then what are the challenges? And then is it that simple or is it that challenging? So that's what I'm going to demonstrate here. One of my database, DevDB, which is running under file system, and I'm going to clone that database to my ASM storage in a simple manner, easiest way. So what I'm going to do here quickly, I can demonstrate here. Before that, like if you can see, I connected to my Oracle Lab 1, which is file system. I have taken 2 sessions for that, and then 2 sessions, which is in red color, which is my ASM storage here. These two are like my standby server, sorry, standalone server, which are in file system. And then this is red color, what you're seeing here, which is ASM storage. So this is my uh, file system storage standalone. So both are standalone server, in fact. So this is my Oracle Lab 1 server, and then this is my Oracle Lab 2 server, right? So I have my dev DB here. I have my dev DB, right? And then um, which is under file system storage here. And then here on the Oracle Lab 2, I have plus ASM, right? So my ASM instance. And then I have two disk groups attached to that one, data and reco. So this is plus data disk group, and then this is plus reco disk group. So I want to clone this particular DevDB uh, into your ASM storage here. I want to clone this one. I'm going to use two methods here. Method one, um, restore and recover method. And then in this method, I'm gonna restore whatever this source database devdb. I'm gonna restore it as a devdb, right? So that's what I'm gonna do it here now. So in the restore and recover, I'm gonna use whatever the devdb name. I'm gonna use it as a devdb on the target server. And the other method, I'm gonna use something called RMAN clone. So in this RMAN clone, what I'm gonna do, whatever this devdb, I'm gonna restore it as a testdb. That's a new name. I'm just going to clone it. Right, in the both the scenario, I'm going to use something called, I'm going to take this RMAN backup here. How I'm going to restore it here, I'm going to take this RMAN backup here. This consider these are your RMAN backups, right? So I'm going to same thing, I'll do it here in this method also. Initially I'll take a backup. Initially I'll take a backup of my devdb. With the help of those backups, I'll do RMAN clone, and then again with the help of these backups, I'll do my RMAN restore and recover command, right? So let's see how it's going to go here. uh, This is my source database, DevDB, right, running under 19C, running on this Oracle Lab 1, which is a file system FS. Target server, DevDB, or the TestDB, to restore, I'm doing it here, right? And then now running under again 19C, Oracle Lab 2, which is on ASM, Automatic Storage Management. Again, first check is for pre-checks on the source and target server, ps-ef grep smon on the source side. I have DevDB, that's correct. And then I'm going to set the environment su Oracle, and then I'm going to run this .env devdb, right? So env pipeline grep capital Vara at devdb Oracle base Oracle home all are set. And then on the target side, if I go, interestingly, already those databases are up and running here, devdb testdb. So I'm just going to kill them, kill -9, just kill them, everything will be done. And then I'm gonna once you kill that, all the data files I need to clean up from my ASM storage. That's the bad part. I should have done that before, well in advance. So not an issue. We can quickly remove them from my ASM here. Plus ASM. So ASM CMD-P LSDG. So you can see your data, reco both are available. Go into data, ls-l. So you have devdb, testdb, remove those directory itself, everything will be gone. Devdb, testdb, gone. So database are gone. So cd dot dot, go into your reco, ls-l again. So you have again devdb, testdb, remove the directory, rm-rf, devdb, testdb. So this is the simplest way to drop your database rather than connecting to database in mount mode, exclusive mode, restrict mode, and drop database. Kill that pmon process, go to your ASM storage, remove the directories. That's it, right? So again, don't do this one in customer or client environment. You have to use that drop command. Right, all right. So on the target side, if I go and then check on the target side, so assuming that no database are running, so these are your old database, let it be. Your devdb, testdb not available, right? That's fine. So on the second step is take a source database backup. If you can see my diagram, I'm going to use this backups here. So the backups is RMAN. I'm going to connect to source database, RMAN target, run, allocate 2 channels, cross-check backup, cross-check archelog all, delete no prompt, backup as a backup set incremental level 0, plus archelog, plus current control file, and release those channels. Simple command, simple RMAN command. I'm going to connect to my primary site here, RMAN target slash, done. So run this command, take your backup here. I'm just going to cancel this one because I think I have old backups. Let me remove that. Use your own backup is a location, right? So rm-rf star, remove that one on the source side. On the target side also, let's verify the location is empty. So remove if any old backups are available, right? On the both source and target are removed. Again, connect back to your RMAN on the source side, right? So connected to devdb, I'm going to run this backup command. So we're going to take a clean backup here. You can see it started clean backup. Started with your archelog backup. These are the archelog sequence number. You can see 15, 16, 17. Once archelog backups are done, you're going to take my incremental level 0 data file backups here. Right. So taking a few minutes because it's a data file backup, right? After that, again, it's going to start archelog backup here. After that, it's going to start your control file control file backup here, and then followed by your control file and SP file auto backup. Right. So backups are done. You can see these are your backups. You can copy these backups to your target server, right? So copy backup to your target server. So scp star oracle @ and then this is your ifconfig. So this is your target server, Oracle Lab 2. I'm going to use that one here, U01 backup. I'll go to the same location or wherever you have a space, you can copy over there. Go back here. Your backups are started coming here on the target server, Oracle Lab 2. Right, so backups are coming here. Right, so almost done. All right, so copying is done. So you can see all your archelog backup, control file backup, full database backup, everything came. And then at the end, this particular control file and SP file auto backup, I'm going to copy that as well. The same location on the target server. Right, so that's also copied. That's good. So that's your step number 2. Take a production database backup or the source database backup, copy it to target. Right, and then on the target, you can validate it. Right, so now we can validate. It's a ASM environment already we validated on the target side. So ps-ef grep smon. So we have ASM here, and if I set the environment to .inv .inv, if I set the environment to plus ASM, I can do ASM CMD LSDG, list the disk groups. You can see data, reco, whatever I explained here, data and reco. I'm going to use the data and reco for my restore. Right. So once this done, so I'm gonna set the environment on the target side. Option one, restore and recover method. So if I go back here, option one, restore and recover method, devdb as a devdb, I'm gonna restore here on the target side. Right. So I'm gonna set the environment on the target side here. .env. I'm gonna set it to devdb, right, and then Oracle home, env, pipeline, grep, capital Vara. You can see devdb, Oracle base, Oracle home is all set on the target side. And then I'm going to connect SQL plus SSDBA. I'm going to start my devdb using this dummy init file. So what this dummy init file contain here? You can see the dummy init file is here. So I just took that dummy init file here, cd. So that dummy init file, if I do cat of that here, so nothing much in this particular dummy init devdb.vara. What it has, db name, db unique name, cluster parameter is false. Obviously, it's not a rack database. And then followed by your audit file destination here. And db create file destination is data. And then online log destination is data. And then online log destination 2 is Rico. And db file name convert, you can see use your own app, Oracle, Vara data, or instead of ORCL, it should be a devdb. Let's see, it should be a devdb, right? So I can create this file here. Let's create that file. Good point. It was wrongly pointing to ORCL. So let's create using this particular, this is the correct one here. Copy this one, paste it over here, cancel it. Now we can cat it one more time. Cat init devdb. Right now you can see your db name, db unique name, cluster parameter false, audit file dest, db create, go to plus data disk group, online log dest1 and dest2, data and reco, and db file name convert, whatever that devdb data file, that file system storage, go to plus data. Whatever that log files, devdb online log, go to data. Fast recovery area, devdb online log, go to reco, right? And then your control file one, go to data, and control file two, go to reco, and the recovery file destination size and all, right? So simple parameter. So let's go ahead and then start your database using that no mount mode, right? So connected to idle instance, startup, no mount, p file. I'm going to use that dummy p file, whatever we used, whatever we created. So in this other session here, I'm going to tail that alert log here. So instance is started here. You can do just locate alert underscore dev db dot log. Right. So this is your alert log. Tail -f for alert log. Right. So it started here. That's well and good. Right. So next, go to next step. Connect to RMAN. Exit. So this is your option on restore and recover. Like restore SP file, whatever that SP file backup, you can restore that, and that's optional. I don't want to restore my SP file. I can recreate my SP file later. I can directly restore my control file using that control file backup. Right, so let's go here, and then where are your backups? So these are your backups here, and then you have control file auto backup here. Then replace that control file auto backup here, or control file backup. Right, I'm going to restore my control file here. Right, so you can see data reco control 1, control 2, both the control file restored, alter database mount. You can see here alter database mount. Right, so database is mounted here, and then catalog starts with, you can catalog all your backups, whatever you stored there. Catalog starts with S, done. So catalog is done. And then next is restore database, recover database. Restore database, restoring all the, you can see it is using that U01, U01 backup, full backup, restoring all your data files here, like restore finished. You can see here, restore finished. So you can see full restore data file 7 went into your data disk group. User, system, undo, sysocs, everything went to your data disk group here, right? That's a good thing. And then next is recovery database. Ah, not here. It started applying your archive backup, recovery done, and it says media requesting for unknown archive number, that is sequence number 29. If you go to your backup here, and then in your backup, it has backed up this sequence number 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Right? So these are the sequence it has backed up. After that, it has backed up your data files, and end of the data file backup, it has backed up your sequence number 28. And then that's the final archive number. And then when you're doing a restore recover, it is asking for the new archive, that's the 29, that's not available. So this is ignorable. Right, then I'm going to open alter database reset logs. Done. Let's connect back to your SQL command prompt. After that, run this command. Select name, open mode from with other database, your DevDB, read write mode, well and good, and your number of data files. You can see all are going to your data disk group. Very good. And your control files. You can see one control file on data, one control file on reco. Well and good. And your read log files. You can see one is on data, reco, multiplex control file, like read log group 1, 2 copies, read log group 2, 2 copies, read log group 3, two copies. So it's a very simple, right? So using restore recover method, you can restore from the file system to ASM. Right. So now the second method, option 2, your RMAN clone. We're going to restore the second option. Your DevDB, we're going to restore it as a testDB from the file system to your ASM storage. Right, again, I'm going to create one dummy init file, init testdb.vara. Again, same command, go to DBS location, create your init testdb.vara. DB name, you can see testdb, DB nickname, testdb, cluster parameter equal to false, your audit file dest, your DB create file dest, data, online log dest 1, dest 2, data and reco, DB file name convert, log file name convert. You can see devdb, this is your file system storage, right? To plus data. You don't need to mention that testdb, automatically it will create, your ASM will create that testdb folder. And then devdb online log, go to data and fast recovery area, devdb and online log file, go to reco. So this is your dummy init file. Go to your DBS location, right? Done. And then create this test file, create this init file. Cat redirect operation init testdb.vara, and then copy this content and then paste it over here so that it will create that file. Instead of using vi command, I'm just using this redirect symbol. Cat, right? You can see the file init dummy file is ready here. Let's go back to option 2, RMAN clone. Right, set the environment, set it to testdb, done, and then set the Oracle home, env pipeline grep capital Vara, right? Testdb, Oracle base, Oracle home, all set. SQL plus SSDBA, startup, no mount using the dummy init file. What happened? Right, so here. Right, so meantime, once this instance is getting started in no mount, we'll start the alert log. Right, instance is started here. I'll go here, cancel this one. Again, locate command, alert underscore testdb dot log. So this is your testdb alert log file, tail-f alert log. Right, so instance is started here. Well and good. So now connect to RMAN auxiliary slash exit. Connect to your RMAN auxiliary slash because you're using RMAN duplicate command. So command is simple. Duplicate target database to testdb backup location, your user own backup. So that's where you kept your backups. No file name check. Go back here, run this command. right? So that will gonna do everything for you. Restore SP file, restore control file, alter database mount, restore database, recover database, open your database with a reset log. Everything it will be done with this single command. And then it will rename your database from DevDB to TestDB. Right, so you can see database shutdown done. You're gonna start using that SP file. Right, so getting started here. Right, and then clone primary control file from your backups. That's under U01 backup here. Right, so you can see your alert log also. So instance shutdown. Right, so starting restore, you can see restore control file, data, reco, testdb. You can see testdb, control1, control2, restore, and then started your data file restore using this particular backup, use your own backup, full backup, restoring your all the data files. Restoring done, and then recovery, media recovery, it's applying all the archive logs. And then it's gonna do that. At the end, it's gonna recreate your control file. Right, so it's gonna recreate your control file here. You can see create control file reuse. So it's gonna recreate your control file. Okay, interestingly, it has used your data and then it did not create. Let's see if we can check it out here on the alert log. Right, so it has created the redo logs without the DB name. So what would have used here in this particular init file, we could have used DB file name convert, devdb, vora data, and then slash your testdb, so that it's going to created, it could have restored all your data file inside this one. Right now it has just restored outside just a data disk group. Right, so it has restored your all the data files. It has recovered your all the archive logs, and it has opened your database with the reset logs. Just exit and then go back. Where is that? Okay, here. Restore done. Connect back to your database, and then name, open mode, right? TestDB, read write, and then name from with a data file. And you can see all the data files are just restored to my plus data disk group. And then what could have done? We could have given my DB file name convert and DB file name convert devdb data file to data and then testdb. We could have given that DB name so that it could have restored into that particular directory. Right now it is everything restored to directly data disk group. That's fine. We can rename that one later. So that's the one thing, your data files are restored. And then go to your control files. At your control files, all are restored correctly. Data, testdb, and then your redo log members. That again, redo log members also just went into data and reco. Anyway, not an issue. So we can just fix them using devdb online log to your data and testdb. Just creating this p file, you can make use of that. Right, so that's a easiest way you can restore your file system database to your ASM storage. So that's a straightforward, simple process, guys. All right, so if you are missed out my previous videos, always go back to my channel and then you can refer it out. And any questions or queries regarding this video, or you can always comment on this particular video section. Thank you, guys.